Ever seen Blade Runner?
Yeah, definitely.
That scene where they reveal memories can be implanted
Oh, right.
gives me chills every time.
Yeah, it's wild.
It makes you wonder if that whole thing's closer to reality than we think.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we're diving into today. AI, memory manipulation, that whole blurry line between what's real and, well...
Fabricated.
Exactly.
Right, and it feels like those lines are getting blurrier all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with all this new research and AI tech coming out.
It really is incredible.
It's not just sci-fi anymore.
Okay, so let's get into, can AI actually implant memories like in, Blade Runner? I mean, the short answer is no, not exactly, not yet.
Right.
But the way things are going, it's kind of unnerving. Like, you've seen what AI image generators can do, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like Mid-Journey.
Yeah.
The stuff they're making now is so realistic.
It's crazy. Okay, so imagine one of these images.
Okay.
But it's not just any image. It's you as a kid.
Right.
Standing in front of your childhood home wearing like that awful Hawaiian shirt your parents love.
Uh-huh.
Even if you've never seen this image before, it feels intensely personal.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And your brain might actually start creating a memory around it.
And that's where things get really interesting. Because our brains don't store memories perfectly, like a video recording or anything.
Okay.
It's more like every time you remember something, your brain's reconstructing it, which leaves it open to errors.
So you're saying my memory is basically an unreliable narrator.
In a way, yeah. Like if you see one of those super realistic, personalized AI pictures, especially if it's made into a story, your brain might start filling in the blanks, creating a sense of familiarity with something that never actually happened.
That's wild. So our memories can be a little glitchy and AI is getting really good at faking things, but like, are there actual examples of this happening? Has anyone actually implanted a full-on false memory?
Well, we're not at the inception level yet, implanting super complex memories into people's minds.
Okay.
But some of the research being done is still pretty wild.
Like what? Tell me more.
So scientists have done some really interesting things with this technique called optogenetics.
Optogenetics?
Yeah, basically they use light to activate specific neurons in the brain.
Wow.
And they were able to actually pinpoint the neurons associated with a specific memory in a mouse's brain.
Wait, hold on. They're implanting memories into mice now.
Kind of. So let's say the memory was of being in a specific box, right?
Right.
Researchers put the mouse in a completely different box.
Okay.
And they stimulated those same neurons associated with the first box.
Uh-huh.
The mouse reacted as if it was back in that original box, even though it was somewhere totally different.
So even though the mouse was somewhere else entirely, its brain was basically tricked into reliving that old memory.
Exactly.
That's kind of creepy, but super cool.
It is, right? Now, this is just with mice.
Yeah, of course.
And obviously, a huge difference between a mouse brain and a human brain.
Yeah, no kidding. But still,
right.
It makes you think, if they can manipulate a memory in a mouse like that, what does that mean for our memories? It's like, if we can't even trust a mouse to know where it is, what does that mean for us?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
And it gets even weirder when you think about how this tech could evolve. What if we can make completely new memories from scratch? Not just mess with old ones.
Right. Like, what does it even mean to be human if our memories can just be, like, made up or changed?
It's like that scene in Blade Runner with the replicants and their implanted memories.
Exactly. And think about the real-world implications, too. Like, what if this tech gets used in court?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Imagine someone planting a fake memory to get a confession or erasing a witness's memory.
That'd be insane.
It really makes you question what truth even means and whether anyone can really be held accountable.
And then there's the personal side of things. Like, what if that vacation you remember so clearly, maybe with the embarrassing outfit, what if it wasn't quite like that?
Yeah, it's possible, right? Maybe your brain filled in some gaps. As this stuff gets more advanced, we've got some serious questions to ask. Like, how do we even protect ourselves from this? And how do we make sure it's not used for, like, bad stuff?
It's a lot to wrap our heads around. And honestly, we're just scratching the surface here. But one thing's for sure. That line between sci-fi and reality, it's getting thinner all the time.
No doubt. What seemed impossible before is suddenly on the table, which is exciting, but also kind of scary.
Totally. So any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I think it comes down to this. We're heading into a future where our own minds might not be the best source of information.
Whoa.
But if we learn how memory works, if we talk openly about what this tech can do, the good and the bad, maybe we can handle it all in a responsible way.
That's a good point. So Basically, stay curious. Don't believe everything you remember, especially those memories with the questionable fashion choices.
Exactly.
And on that note, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for exploring the crazy world of AI and memory with us. We'll be back next time with a brand new topic, but until then, stay curious, keep learning, and trust your instincts.